Welcome back to comics, to Hot Comics TV. Alright, let's talk about Gary Panter and the adventures of Jimbo in paradise. Alright, so Gary Panter, it's a well-known commercial illustrator who worked for Slash Magazine. He did work for Slash Magazine, and he's worked as an art director for doing records. He's done, part of that post-punk English movement. He did posters in the late 70s, and did also work for the best well-known stuff that he's done that I would like everybody to know is that he worked as an art director for the Pee Wee Herman's show at the start of the 80s. He did this TV show, but he was doing the set design, and he had a whole group of very talented creators and artists that worked with him to accomplish this. But anyway, we're taking a look right now at Jimbo, and Jimbo, from what I remember hearing, was that he kind of based it, he was like a very organic sort of like process that he came across with this. This is a new copy. The original goes for a little bit of capital now, and I think I dare to say it was printed on newspaper print. From the photographs I've seen of the copies of the original Jimbo, this is a really nice collection. If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend this. Every piece of work that this man has done is extremely experimental. He's kind of doing innovative work. He's trying to push the envelope. And I think that from what he mentioned was that he had done this character and it came organically. And he's never been he's never really lied about this. He's been very brutally honest about his intake of acid. He took acid at one point, and some of the trips probably potentially would have triggered him to do this sort of conceptual type of work. He also mentioned that he had based kind of like the ideas or the stylization from he was influenced by Jack Kirby, by the works of the cartoon strips. I dare to say he mentioned that he had based the character very much on Joe Palooka, like the comic strip by Han Fisher, who was like a heavyweight boxing champion. And kind of had tropes, or I don't know, I guess character ideas from Dennis the Menace, the other syndicated, newspaper strip by King Features. So he's kind of exploring these sort of ideas, and he's just kind of like putting them on the paper. And I think that this is quite well accomplished. Every panel's kind of very exploring different styles, very eclectic, and using. Now that I mentioned that, Joe Palooka, it makes a lot of sense. That was like an old comic strip from the 30s, and not that Dennis the Menace was anything new. I mean, Dennis the Menace kicked off on the 50s, but you can sort of see the. Gary, he's just experimenting, doing very interesting brushwork. This Jimbo. What an outrageous idea. But look at this, he's working with perspective. It's almost something out of Metropolis. Very interesting. Like as anything that goes as experimental comic book art and indie art, I think that Gary Panter has sort of led the way for a lot of other artists to follow, to be able to be experimental and to do these publications. There was a few years ago, I can't really remember, there was like an interview from Vice magazine, and they went to interview him, and he said that he had a little bit of a struggle when he wanted to show his artwork at the galleries. They treated him really well, but they didn't know what to do with the artwork. Obviously, he's well cemented in the industry, and yeah, but look at this. This is quite, what an eclectic style to go from something like this heavy hatching to something mechanical and very stylized as this. Again, and because it's got that sort of cartoony but very I cannot find a word to describe that it's other than eclectic, and it's starting to be informative. It's like he's learning, but obviously he knows what he's doing because he's going from that to this. It's super cool what he's doing here. Yeah. I marked this page because I was so taken by this. I mean, this is the type of thing that you gotta stop and absorb because the amount of detail that's in there. It's almost, he's got like some sort of influence from Spain Rodriguez, because he's bringing these sort of very heavy detailed, what do you call it, backgrounds. Just amazing, just very punk, very rock and roll. I mean, alternative rock. I guess the way that they define this is that he's second generation of comics, underground comics. That's where he is sort of labeled. Also because I don't know if he appeared on Raw magazine alongside with with Mouse and the works by Spiegelman. This is just super cool to see something like this. He's using mixed media here, so the punk element of what do you call it, of advertising, the flyer sort of culture that they had back then, it's being applied on this. Super cool. Oh man. He's done a lot of record cover work. He's done a lot of, obviously, poster advertising. So, yeah, look at this. Underground alternative art. This is so cool. This was quite excellent. Yeah, this is very iconic, these panels. I saw this advertised a lot. And now, wow, what a change. So now we got blue pages, so like all the artwork is on monochrome blue. Wow. Just so it's so refreshing to see this. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, so color separation. We got two colors. I don't know if this is a neon orange. Wow. I bought these and I breezed through it, and I haven't gone back to it since. I put it on the bookshelf and to the bookshelf. I hadn't seen these in, I don't know when I bought these, but yeah. Nice. That's Gary with his family, with his mom and dad, and I guess sibling. It's early art. Hmm. 78 might have been when he was in college. Oh yeah, so this is the first publication. I mean the first appearance of Jimbo on Slash magazine. 79. Wow. Yeah, this 1982 one is super duper expensive. The Village Voice 1988 is talking about Jimbo. Yeah, it's really, you know, pop art, post-punk, like Jean-Michel Basquiat. So that sort of. That's what I always feel that when I see his work, it reminds me of Basquiat as well. So it's super cool to see these. If you have a copy of this original in this state, please send it to me. I'm joking, obviously. Anyway, that was Jimbo by Gary Panter, a very influential artist. Here's the whole spiel about him. Yeah, this copy is pretty easy available. This one, yeah. Anyway, there it is, Jimbo Adventures in Paradise by Gary Panter, one of the most influential second wave comics artist. He's an artist. Anyway, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and all those good things. Until next time, bye bye.